Delicious breakfast in one of the hottest cafes in the city. Café Resonanz is one of the most frequented places for a delicious breakfast. But here you can find not only delicious food, but also a great location. Tea kettles and doors hang from the ceiling. To use the toilet you have to go through a closet. This dreamlike ambience makes visitors feel as if they were in a faraway place. The cafe's breakfast offer is particularly rich and the selection of coffee and tea leaves nothing to be desired. California and Brazil in the middle of Kiel. If you are visiting Kiel, you can pay a visit to California and Brazil without having to make a long trip. Because these are the names of two of the most beautiful beaches in the Bay of Kiel. They are only about 25 kilometers away from the city. There are many offers at the beaches, where everyone will surely find what he is looking for. Those looking for relaxation can rent a beach chair. But also vacationers who want to be active do not come up short here. You can choose from offers like surfing, kiting and boat tours. Those who prefer to stay on land can play miniature golf or go for a ride on a rented bicycle. For visitors who have their four-legged friend with them, there is a dog beach, and at the nudist beach, sun seekers can get a tan without swimwear. Botanical Garden. The Botanical Garden in Kiel is a place of science and relaxation at the same time. Visitors can spend a relaxing and stress-free day in nature here. At the same time, many exotic plants can be admired, which are studied here by the local university. These plants include tree species from different continents, an extensive rosarium and various biotopes. Of course, there are also several greenhouses where tropical and subtropical plants grow. Here you can easily dream yourself to a faraway, warm place in winter. A special highlight is the Victoria House, where the largest water lily in the world can be admired. The Botanical Garden is open to visitors all year round. Town Hall Square. Kiel's Town Hall Square is very spacious and therefore often the venue for events. For example, the square hosts huge flea markets, flower fairs and the European market that takes place during Kiel Week. If there is nothing happening on the square, visitors can visit the town hall. The pretty building has a 106-meter tower that can be climbed with a ride in the Paternoster. From here you can quickly get to the city's green spaces, such as the Hiroshima Park, the Ratsdiener Garden and the Lake Kleine Kiel. In winter, an ice skating rink is set up on the town hall square, inviting you to go ice skating. Nikolai Church. The Nikolai Church, which became known after Saint Nikolai, was built around the year 1242 and is thus as old as the city of Kiel itself. After great destruction during the Second World War, the church was extensively restored and is now the main church of the city. The church can be visited by visitors during the day. A visit is worthwhile, because here are not only three beautiful organs, but also an old pulpit from 1705 and an even older wing age from 1460. It is especially beautiful here during the Christmas season. Because then the Christmas market takes place around the church, which provides a very special atmosphere. Maritime Museum. The Kiel Maritime Museum shows its exhibits in two historic buildings. The Wieburger Hof and the historic Fish Hall. The Fish Hall is one of the most important buildings in the city. The historic building has been lovingly renovated and put to optimal use with the maritime exhibits. The exhibits on display here show that Kiel's history is inextricably linked with seafaring. In the permanent exhibition, visitors can learn a lot about the subject. Media stations support the presentation and make it a real experience. A special highlight of the shipping museum is the museum bridge, from which three impressive vintage ships can be viewed. The newly created part of the museum is particularly interesting for younger guests. Here they can discover the development of the city of Kiel in a playful way. The adjoining seating area, where picture books can be looked at, is ideal for relaxing. Finally, visitors can browse in the adjoining museum store, or fortify themselves in the catering area. Ratsdiener Garden and Hiroshima Park. The Ratsdiener Garden is located right next to the old town. Nevertheless, it is not overcrowded and thus offers a wonderful oasis of peace. Here you will also find the Kleine Kiel, a lake with a circular path that invites you to take a walk. The proximity to the old town, which offers many interesting stores, is particularly convenient. From the other end of the Ratsdiener Garden, you can also quickly get to Hiroshima Park and the Opera House. Hiroshima Park, which is only separated from Ratsdiener Garden by a bridge, is also a beautiful green space in the heart of Kiel, which was created at the beginning of the 20th century. In order to create the park, part of the lake Kleines Kiel was filled in. A special attraction in the center of the park is the Bismarck Monument. Every year on August 6, the victims of the atomic bombing of the Japanese city of the same name are commemorated here. In this context, the lotus blossom ceremony takes place, during which lotus blossoms made of paper with tea lights are floated on the lake Kleine Kiel. In summer, water games delight visitors who make themselves comfortable for a picnic on the lawn. Vieburger Gehölz. This piece of forest, which begins directly under the TV Tower of Kiel, is a wonderful place for relaxing walks. It is a part of the Eisenwald, a forest, which stretches from the fjord Schlei, through Kiel, to Lübeck. The paths are very well developed and therefore not only suitable for short walks or longer hikes, but also allow joggers and mountain bikers to get their money's worth. Those who enjoy geocaching can go in search of some treasures in the Vieburger Gehölz. But entertainment is also provided. The forest stage often hosts performances, or even church services. Kiel Canal. The Kiel Canal is very important for shipping. This man-made canal is the most important and also the busiest in the world. The 98.6 kilometers long and 11 meters deep canal saves ships a long detour of about 460 kilometers. Thus, using the canal naturally saves a lot of time. Visitors can watch the big ships passing through the canal. Of particular interest are the two lock facilities in Brunsbüttel and Kiel, which can be counted among the largest lock facilities in the world. Here ships up to 235 meters long and 32.5 meters wide can pass through the canal. In the Kiel-Wick district, there is a lock viewing platform that is open to visitors from sunrise to sunset. The viewing platform is located directly above the lock gate. This makes it very easy to observe how the ships are passed through the gate. There are also numerous information boards and models that clearly explain the process of locking and the procedure around it to the visitors. An elevator provides barrier-free access to the lock platform. Düsternbrook. Düsternbrook is the noble quarter of Kiel. Here you can stroll along the harbour promenade and walk in the spacious green areas. If you walk from the city centre to the harbour edge, you can admire modern as well as classical architecture. Towards the city, many important institutions are located, such as the state government and the state ministry. The so-called Kiellinie runs along the waterfront. The promenade leads from the western shore along to the city centre. A special highlight are the large cruise ships that leave from here in the direction of Scandinavia, or return from there. On warm summer days, of course, swimming fun should not be neglected. In the seaside resort of Düsternbrook, visitors can take a refreshing dip in the sea right next to the Kiellinie. Here you can watch the passing cruise ships even better.